Hi everyone, and welcome to Kit Does Yoga. Today's flow is a little bedtime flow. You know those nights when you're kind of tossing and turning and you just can't put your mind to sleep? This is just a few quick little yoga moves you can do to kind of quiet the mind and get the body ready for bed. It's really great to do right before you fall asleep or even as part of your nighttime routine. I personally use a lot of these poses. I find them very relaxing, so I hope you do as well. So we'll do this routine and completely in bed, so there's no need to even pull out your yoga mat. Just find something comfy and get ready to join us. So we're going to start on our back. Most likely if you're laying in bed, you've been in this position or you're close. So just find your back, place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And begin by feeling the inhales and exhales. We're going to count 10 breaths here. So one inhale and one exhale. Now there's no need to rush these like you would Ujjayi breath or even force them to be bigger. Just notice your nice natural breathing. You might notice some things about it. Maybe it's a little bit slower than it is during the day. But use your hands on your midsection here to really feel the inhales and exhales. That slight rise in the chest and belly and the fall as you exhale. And then after those 10 breaths, go ahead and roll onto your side and eventually make it to your front and find a child's pose. I'm going to rotate a little bit so you can see a little bit better. You can just roll right onto your belly. Just find a child's pose here. Because of the soft bedding, sometimes I like to put my chin down instead. It gives a little bit more of a back bend into this pose. It also prevents me from trying to inhale the comforter, so up to you. Another option here is to take your hands and take them under your forehead. Gives you a little bit more space to breathe beneath the nose and mouth. Go ahead and take about 5 breaths here. And then on an inhale, rise up into tabletop. Again, because of the softness of the comforter, you might find your wrists falling in a little bit more. So sometimes I like to take fists here and place my fists into the mat. You don't have to worry that much about stability here. And just take a few cat-cows, opening up the spine a little bit. And keep working with these on your breath. So on your inhale, come to cow, drop the belly, and on your exhale, round your spine. These might feel a little different because we're used to in a vinyasa class, that big full breath to get into cow or cat. And this time we're just using our natural breathing. And there's no need to make a giant arch either. Just taking those bends is good enough here. Then start to rock forward and back. Here I might place my hands back down. So we're getting a little bit of a wrist stretch, a little bit of a hip stretch. And then if you want to throw the neck into it a little bit, just take some neck circles here. And then after you've taken a few cat-cows, we're going to go ahead and meet back on our stomach. Send your legs long this time. Now this is really fun to do if you have a big bed and you can center yourself. If you have a smaller bed, you might want to watch out where you're going. And then bend your right knee at a right angle and take it out to the side. So we're getting a little bit of a hip stretch here. Take a breath. And then take your left hand, thread it underneath your right armpit. And now we can open up into a supine twist here. So go ahead and roll over onto your back, keeping your right knee where it is. And then send your right arm long. Really let your shoulder relax into it this time. Again, if you have a big bed, really stretch your hands out left and right. This is like a little bit of tossing and turning, but it's a little bit more mindful for when you're rolling around. So we're just moving the body, getting some pressure points on different points of the body. But we're doing it mindfully instead of just moving in hopes of getting a more comfortable position. Stay here for about 5 breaths again, and then continue to roll your hips over. So I'm going to take my right knee up into the sky, and now I'm on my back again. I'm just going to hold my right knee, and then maybe take some ankle circles here, and then circle my ankle the other way. Then I'm going to clasp behind my quads, and my heel up into the sky. And then roll back onto my stomach. Again, this is a fun part if you have a nice big bed. And then I'm going to bend my left knee to set up for that supine twist roll onto the other side. So bending my left knee, pulling it forward a little bit. Maybe pause here for a gentle hip stretch. This time I'm going to take my right hand, thread it underneath my left armpit. And then take my left arm up and over and out, finding a supine twist on the other side. Again, nice big reach, reaching left and right as my left shoulder drops into the bed. Always an option to bend your arm here, almost like a goalpost. Take another 5 breaths on this side. And then start to pull your left knee over, pulling it into your chest. Take some ankle circles. Clasp behind the left quad, send your heel up. A little bit of a calf stretch. And then I like to do legs up the wall, actually on a wall. So I'm going to roll myself over to the wall here. Again, you don't have to do this on the wall. Or you can even get down on the floor, do it there. So I'm just going to start by walking my booty up to the wall. You can even remove a pillow if it's in my way. Keeping my knees on the side. And then when I'm ready, just roll into this. So I'm coming onto my back again. My heels come up onto the wall, and my arms are just going to go overhead here. If you have some space, you can go left and right. I'm just going to let all that blood and oxygen fall back to my upper body. This pose can be really relaxing at the end of the day. During the day, we tend to walk around. We're walking, we're sitting at a desk, we're running errands, we're driving in a car. And the whole time our feet are lower than our heart. So this just reverses that. It takes our feet up towards the top and our heart towards the bottom. So all that blood and oxygen can come back into our heart. Take about 10 breaths here. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's early evening here, so the birds are chirping in the background. It's really nice. We got a little bit of daylight left. And then when you're ready, go ahead and unwind from this pose. Again, trying to be as gentle as possible, but we can roll around a little. It's nice and soft. Coming back in my reclined position here. We're going to take a happy baby, but a nice gentle one. So just take your hands behind your knees and start to pull your knees into your armpits. If it feels good, you can rock side to side. If you want, you can take this into a more traditional happy baby by taking your two peace fingers around the big toes, or even your hands towards the outside of your feet. Really press your tailbone into the bed here. Get a little bit of feedback in the hips and in the low back. As we pull our knees in, our tailbone wants to lift, but instead actively push it down here. Getting a nice stretch in the hips. Again, take about 5 breaths here. And then when you're ready, go ahead and set your feet back down. We'll take Supta Baddha Konasana here, so soles of the feet together, knees fall out to the side. And then wherever your feet land, just set them another inch down the bed. So again, we're not really trying to open the hips like we are in a traditional vinyasa, but instead just trying to find more relaxing poses. And just like we began, place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Now in this different position, feeling the hip opening a little bit, but still remembering our breath, feeling that breath as you breathe in and breathe out. Again, stay for about 10 breaths. By the end of this, I hope you're in a nice, calm, sleepy state. You can just send your legs out long or roll onto your side depending on how you like to sleep at night. Feel free to repeat this as many times as necessary until you drift off into a nice, calm, peaceful sleep. Good night and namaste. If there's any other place we can bring a little bit more calm into your life, please let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.